Hello, Taurus, and welcome to your February 2025 horoscope. So, here today we are going to look at the main events happening in February, and I'll tell you how they will or they may influence your life on a deeper level. So, here I'm in a slightly different setting because well, the usual setting is not available, but also I'm holding my microphone, so I hope it's not too distracting for you. All right, so here we've got quite a busy month. We've got, as always, a full moon and a new moon, a full moon in Leo and a new moon in Pisces. Venus moves into Aries, where she's in its detriment. And we've got Mercury in Pisces this month as well. We've got also Mars and Jupiter stationing direct. So that's a big, big deal of the month because finally a forward momentum before we begin another retrograde season. So let's start from the first event, and that's we've got Venus moving into Aries, and that's on February the 4th until March the 27th, at which point Venus will station retrograde and then it will return back into Aries on April the 30th until June the 6th. So, as I said, Venus in Aries is in its detriment. So, not the strongest placement for Venus. Venus in Aries doesn't really strive for harmony and balance like she does in the sign of Libra, for example, or in the sign of Taurus. Here, Venus in Aries can be quite bold, very determined as well, but at the same time, here with the 12th house flavor energies, this also brings very different dynamics. So, here with Venus, overall, here, since the 12th house has a traditional association with the sign of Pisces here, Venus in Aries in the 12th house. It might be that you might want to perhaps have a reflexology session because here the 12th house, that Piscean energy rules our feet. So you might want to perhaps pamper yourself, but perhaps here reflexology or a pedicure could be very appealing around this time. Here with Venus in the 12th house, this is when you want to keep your love life private, any relationships that you begin around this time with Venus in the 12th house, they will or they might remain a secret, a mystery in the initial phase until Venus moves into the sign of Taurus, of course, into your first house, which won't happen for quite some time because of the retrograde phase of Venus, of course. But here, overall, Venus in the 12th house is very creative, is very into music and poetry, but also here there is a lot of privacy and secrecy surrounded around this placement as well. All right, so overall here we've got Jupiter stationing direct in the sign of Gemini, and this here is happening also on the February the 4th, and this is happening at 11 degrees of Gemini. So this is very, very good news here. Gemini, that's your second house of income, finances, resources. So here Jupiter will stay in this area of your life until June the 9th. So here with Jupiter in a direct motion, this is a forward momentum. Opportunities for improving your financial situation may emerge here between February and June. So while Jupiter can expand our opportunities for improving our financial prospects, for a better financial security and stability in our life. Here at the same time with Jupiter in this area of our life, this is also when our expenses might also increase because of our taste. We might be seeking more luxurious experiences. We might be needing different objects, resources. So it's all about being generally present, realistic about your expectations of what you can achieve so that you don't get yourself in any financial difficulties. But here, pay attention, generally seize the opportunity here with Jupiter here in your area of income because it only happens every 12 to 13 years. So a great time for getting that financial boost because here Jupiter is connected to lack abundance as long as we are grounded and realistic about our expectations. But overall here forward momentum in the financial sector overall. All right, so here we've got the full moon in Leo on the 14th. Leo is a fixed fire sign, and here with Leo, that's your fourth house. So a situation connected to your home, to your family dynamics, emotional safety and security has reached its peak and needs a resolution, needs to be released. It's a great time for decluttering, for resolving any family related issues, matters, dramas, even as per that Leo energy. But at the same time, here, this is when perhaps you might be completing a home related project. This is there's a situation generally that's going to be happening in the private area of your chart, in your home sector, most likely, that will need your attention here. So you get that full awareness with a full moon. Think about what you initiated in this area of your life during the new moon in the sign of Leo. And that would have been around August 2023. Think about of any new beginnings that you started around that time, because here you might be dealing with similar energies, similar people, situations, and here that's the area of home and family life. This is also about finding a healthy balance between your home related responsibilities, but also your worldly goals, objectives, career related ambitions, for example, as well. All right, so as we move forward, and that's all happening on the 14th as well, so that's the Valentine's, but at the same time, Mercury will move into Pisces on the 14th as well until March the 3rd. At that point, Mercury will move into Aries and will station retrograde after the Virgo eclipse around the 15th. So overall here, Mercury will return into your area of Pisces, which is the area of friendships, groups, long-term goals and hopes and plans and wishes. And that will be in at the end of March until middle of April because of the retrograde phase. But overall here with Mercury in Pisces here, this is a good time for engaging in group activities, for presenting work in group surroundings, so presentations, public speaking, working with others towards a common goals, networking. Here, generally with this energy, you want to share your thoughts, ideas with others, but in a creative way. Here with Mercury, because Mercury in Pisces overall sometimes it's not easy to articulate our thoughts, but at the same time, this is a great time for creating a vision map. Your imagination is really boosted, and you've got very strong intuition as well around this time, especially when it comes to also advising others, guiding others. So here with Mercury in Pisces in your 11th house, it's also a great time for manifesting, for creating those vision maps, for setting goals, intentions for the future. Now here, Mars will station direct at 17 degrees of Pisces on February the 24th. Bear in mind, Mars is out of bounds until April the 7th. So overall, with Mars being out of bounds, Mars can seem more rebellious or can make you more rebellious in the area of life that it activates. So here, that's your communication style. So it can make you more dynamic, more impulsive here, and also more defensive, especially if someone says something that you might disagree with, or something about your family, your roots, your heritage. Here you might jump very quickly and start to defend your closed ones. So I think here it's just essential to be aware of these energies, aware of these possible emotional outbursts that could be very much the case. But overall here with Mars regaining its strength in your area of communication, this is when generally it will be a time when there is this forward momentum when it comes to any mentally stimulating projects, activities. This is perhaps when it will be easier to make a decision that perhaps has been hanging around, and perhaps it was difficult to commit to a certain direction, to a certain or a specific path. With Mars regaining its strength, you will regain the clarity regarding a certain situation you've been dealing with that perhaps was slightly unclear. But Mars here might also see you traveling, short distance travel, engaging in travel activities. There is a lot of masculine energy as well. I think with Mars here, you will be more of a confident communicator, more of a dynamic communicator as well. This is also a good time for generally for engaging in practical activities. Pay attention when driving. Make sure you display your ticket when parking, wherever you need to um, pay for your parking. It's easy to forget these things with Mars in the third house because very often Mars can make us more impatient as well. All right, so that's Mars, and that's happening at 17 degrees, the stationary motion, the direct motion. And finally, a new moon in Pisces. Here we end the month with a new moon in Pisces on February 28th at 9 degrees. So here, this is an important lunar cycle because it will develop into a lunar eclipse in Pisces in August next year. So here, pay attention to what plants you seed in the area of friendship. So this could mean that you will have a new friend, a new connection, or perhaps you'll be joining a new group, a networking group, for example, to meet like-minded people, most likely here. So that's the Piscean energy. While Saturn could have suppressed the energy of potential friendships, new connections. Here, with the North Node in Pisces, with the eclipses activating these areas of your life, there is a chance that you will be making new connections, that you will be broadening your social circle. So this is could be very much connected to either your involvement in a certain group, or perhaps this could be about a new friend, new connection coming into your life. At the same time, this is a good time, very good time for creating that vision map that we discussed earlier as well. So we will discuss these energies further and deeper closer to the date. But in the meantime, have a good month and thank you very much.